what's up guys, and today I will be doing a video on the mob votes, like all of them, and my opinion on all of them, because I want to. So anyway, we're gonna start with the first one from 2017, which consisted of the Phantom, the Barnacle, the Hunger, and the Wildfire, which was, I believe, the only mob vote to ever contain hostile mobs. Now let's start with the one that actually won, the Phantom. You see, most of us know about it. It won the mob vote, and it terrorizes the night skies for players who haven't slept in 3 days. Now, I don't like the fact that it attacks because you haven't slept. Because, you don't always get a choice in the matter. And another fact is, I don't like the fact that it attacks you from the sky. We were advised to vote for it because it was the only flying hostile mob, but I mean, at the time, I don't care. I don't want a flying hostile mob. They're annoying. However, they did add one huge thing that I do like, and that is Phantom Membranes, which are useful for brewing slow-fall potions and for repairing elytras. Yeah, that's about all I like about them. Everything else is just annoying. This drawing, to be honest, I find kind of creepy. But yeah, that's all I kind of liked, to be honest. Alright, so next up we have the Barnacle. And we were advised to vote for this because it was like it would add some variety to the ocean, which I find kind of ironic considering it was this was a mob vote happened for the aquatic update, which added variety of life to the ocean. But yeah, the Barnacle, what it would do was it would suck you down to the bottom of the ocean with its massive tentacle. It calls it a tentacle, but it looks more like a tongue or a very long trident that got stuck in its throat. It's a hostile mob, a new hostile mob for the ocean, which I actually find kind of cool because honestly, the ocean can be kind of bland when the only things that attack you are drowns, and they're only a threat in rivers where they can literally see you and attack you. But if they're sitting there at the bottom of the ocean, they're kind of annoying. This thing seems like it'd kind of be a new threat because it adds more of a threat of drowning. And I actually have no idea what it would have dropped though, and yeah, I don't know too much about these mobs because it was the first mob vote after all. But that is all I really have to say about it. It would have personally, I don't think I would have voted for this one personally, but I also wouldn't have voted for the Phantom. Next up is what I believe is called the Hunger, and what it would do is it's a quote-unquote lizard-like creature, and to be honest, this thing does not look like a lizard. It looks like a dinosaur head attached to some small animal. It kind of looks like an overgrown frog, like an old version of the frog that put a dinosaur head on. But anyway, enough about how ugly it looks in my opinion. Personally, I don't think it actually said it would live in the jungle, but that's just kind of where I imagine it for some reason. And it likes to eat enchanted things. And basically this was what was originally going to be the grindstone. Kind of like, now that I think about it, the Barnacle kind of became the magma block, how magma blocks work underwater. This thing was just the original grindstone, but then they got added later on as the grindstone. I definitely would not have voted for this thing. One, it's ugly. I hate it. And, it's kind of useless. It's just an annoyance. Alright, and now we have the Wildfire, last but not least. Pretty sure this might have been the only one that actually used 4. Pretty sure the rest of them are just 3, except for the China one. But anyway, this is the one I actually would have voted for. I find it cool. It looks like it would have been a boss. Its body is constructed of shields, and yeah, it just looks awesome, and it's a variant of the Blaze, and I just have a strong feeling it would have been a boss. It just looks like it would have been a boss. And I don't know why, I just like it a lot, even though it's kind of useless. I don't like the other ones. But if I weren't to have voted for this, I would have voted for the Barnacle. Next up would be 2018, but it was actually a biome vote, so I will not be including that in the video, because I could not care less. I mean, there are like too many biomes as is. Oh yeah, and 2019 was also a biome vote. So yeah. For the 2022 mob vote, not 2022, the 2020 mob vote, we have first up the Iceologer, the one I think should have won, and it is literally an ice boss. It is a boss for the ice plate, like ice. This is what I believe should have won, because it would have been an official boss, like not something dumb. Plus, it would have been nice to have another ice mob besides just strays. And, like, polar bears. But whatever, you know. Yeah. But instead we got the glow squid. Speaking of, that is what we're doing now. The glow squid. The glow squid is a passive water mob that spawns in dark areas to light them up. And it drops glow ink sacs. I hated this thing, to be honest, because the glowing sacks, they make things glow. Like, I mean, I guess they're cool, and they kind of fit the theme of the update, considering it was the Caves and Cliffs update. And it fit for the theme. But I kind of hate them, to be honest. I don't know why, I just dislike them a lot. Lastly, for this update, there were moo blooms, which honestly were just yellow mushrooms, except you could get flowers from them, and when they walked around, they put flowers everywhere, which honestly made it would have been like kind of like snow golems, but for flowers, which would have been really annoying to survival players. Like, it's a cool collectible considering how rare it was when I did the research on it, but yeah, it sucks, in my opinion. Now we have the glare from the 2021 vote. It would just go into dark places and just growl at them to tell the player to fix it. I don't like this at all. It just seems like an annoyance, considering I very rarely play with my Minecraft volume loud enough to actually be able to hear. I just see it and be like, go away, and kill it. I don't... There's no reason for this thing to exist. I would not vote for it. Considering this one was pretty recent, and a lot of people actually know what the LA is and what it does, I'm gonna touch on this very briefly. It just picks up items, it throws them to you, and it likes music. And that's all there is to it. It doesn't even drop anything, which sucks. I hate this so much. I would have rather had the glare at that point. Like, this thing's just stupid. But I do like the achievement you can get, the birthday song achievement. That is a cool achievement, I guess. And now for last, and equally as sucky, the copper golem. Yes, it's cute and it seems cool, but all it did was randomly press copper buttons, which would have been introduced, and it slowly oxidized, which could have been fixed, but of course you can undo set with an axe or a lightning strike. That's it, like, that's all it does. Probably would have dropped copper if you killed it, if it could even be killed. No idea, this thing seems so stupid. I hate it. I hate all of these, actually. They're all very dumb. If I was forced to vote, I would vote for the biome. I would vote for a biome vote, even though I don't care for those. Yeah, we're moving on to 2022, because screw this. Let's start off with the worst of them all. The Tough Golem, a walking item frame, and that is all it does. It is a literal walking item frame, and that's all it is. That's all. I hate this thing. This thing shouldn't even have been in the mob vote. This thing needed tons more thought put into it. Like, so what? So Tough has a use now. Okay, and? Who cares? The Tough Golem is stupid. it doesn't do anything. Like, it needs to have a cooler use. Like, why are all of your golems dumb? Jeez. Now for the sniffer, which one, sadly, I can't even tell what this thing is. Is it a turtle? Is it a bird? Is it a freaking piglin? Is it a centipede? Like, what? Pick something. You have 6 legs, a turtle shell, piglin ears, and a duck face. I do not know what you are. But anyway, it sniffs around. You find it in an egg in the ocean, which I find odd. And then it hatches and it sniffs around and it finds plants that have no use. They're just decorative plants. That's it. It's slightly better because at least it's like, it finds cool decorative things, but yeah. And now for what should have one, the Rascal. It is a mob that you find in mine shafts below Deepslate, and it will play. If you play hide and seek with it, it will give you actual valuable loot. Of course, from what we've seen, it's just enchanted iron pickaxes, but in the early game, when you would actually sit there and play hide and seek with something, I mean, it's a pretty good thing, and this is honestly the only cool one out of the 3, because at least you get actual loot out of it. Honestly, this is my personal favorite. I like this one. That's it. Also, I used Minecraft Wiki, hold on. I used Minecraft.fandom.com for all of my info, unless I like kind of knew it beforehand from like actual Minecraft Earth or Minecraft Live, whatever it's called. Yeah. So yeah. Also, to the Mojang team, I mean no offense to you. I'm just kind of doing this for 1, content, and 2, because I want to get my personal opinion out there. And I don't know, so you guys can I don't know, take this and do as you please. Maybe so you know what I personally prefer. Maybe you could do another hostile mob one again. Or maybe do like one with like bosses. I don't know, something for us like PvPers out there. And just us who actually like to play the game like our way and actually give us some options that we would like for like loot or something fun. I don't know. I'm just kind of ranting at this point, sorry. See you next time. Adios.